receiver for an AR-15 lower. It shoots a 425 grain arrow at over 400 feet per second, giving you about 3 times the kinetic energy of most bows. This 100 grain Ramcat broadhead is also a perfect example of modern broadhead design. It's both tough and aerodynamic.
No way. Oh, that's gonna hurt.
This is ballistic gel. It simulates human flesh.
From this angle, you can see that arrow cut right through that panel like it wasn't even there. The slices you see there show what we already know about ballistics panels. They are designed to stop bullets, not blades. This broadhead sliced through that panel just like a knife would slice through that panel. And it cut a 1 1/4 inch diameter wound through 14 inches of ballistics gel. The entrance hole looks just the same as it would on the hide of an animal. It just sliced right through it. It isn't until looking at the back where we see any effect of the body armor on trying to resist that blade's penetration. Yes, there are still some cuts, but it does look like some of the fibers got pushed out of the way. In order to fit through all those fibers, the blades on the Ramcat did curl around, though you'll often see this after a Ramcat passes through a game animal too.
A knight of the Holy Catholic Crusade must acquire and become proficient with all of the weapons presented in this video.
Hi, I'm Doug Marchant, and thanks for watching. Here we have the 48-inch Eagle Flight 40 caliber blowgun, on sale for $10.99. Quick note, this item cannot ship to California or New York. Eagle Flight is a classic, basic blowgun with darts. You get American quality materials and craftsmanship and hours of shooting pleasure. Each barrel is carefully polished and deburred and electrostatically coated. Blowgun craftsmen then hand fit the barrel with quivers, grip, mouthpiece, and other essential gear. Only after inspection can any one be finally packed and certified an official Avenger blowgun. No one else takes so much time and care to make sure that your blowgun works right, looks right, and will give you years of shooting pleasure. 48 inches overall.
Alright, next up we have the Paintball Repeater Blowgun 36-inch overall. On sale at Bodkin for only $19.99. This is an awesome blowgun. Nowhere else can you get a paintball firing repeater setup for this low of a price. This 40 caliber barrel blowgun includes a Splatmatic mouthpiece repeater and storage tube. And honestly, I think the video speaks for itself. Check it out.
Oh, God.
You get your dart and you just wrap it up real quick. It doesn't have to be too pretty. And really, I guess the purpose of doing this is just having fun. You know, plinking around with your blowgun, if that's what it's called in the blowgun community. I really don't know. But another thing you could probably do with these is, like, if you had a dog digging around in your trash, you could actually like shoot this beside the dog or at the trash can and it'd blow up. instead of actually having to shoot the dog with a blowgun, which you don't want to do because that's not cool. But here we go. That tree's probably about 25 foot away. And let's see how this works. Always wear some type of safety eyeglasses like these $5 aviators from Walmart. Oh yeah.
Look at these pansy-ass motherfuckers pointing their guns at unarmed civilians. Soldiers in a war zone don't even do that. But what if you threw a rock with as hard as this guy's going to show you how to throw it at the side of their knee, or at their balls, or at their throat, or at the side of their head, or in their faceplate? They're going to go down, and they're going to stay the fuck down. Now look at these lines of fucks here. Are they wearing cups? I don't know. Doesn't look like it. It doesn't matter. You hit him in the thigh, you hit him with a rock with as hard as his brother's going to show you how to throw a rock, and it's going to hurt. And look at their throats. Except for Smiley, he doesn't even have a neck, and looks like he's really going to enjoy beating the shit out of somebody. They all have throats, or the side of their throats. You hit them anywhere like what this guy's going to show you how to throw a rock, and they're dead. This is a modern slingshot. Notice it has a wrist support and triple bands. Using square ammunition, cubes with sharp edges will penetrate a car door. It will simply destroy a fucking faceplate.
But obviously not a penetration. Testing edgy ammo. Is this gonna work better against metal? We'll see. It's true, it did better. Now we're going to test the spiky one.
This is a Roman spear called a phylum. Spears can be thrown over houses from the other side of the block, and when thrown into an opponent's shield, it would bend down and disable the opponent's shield. This is a traditional Argentinian bola. The bola can be adapted for use in urban warfare. Take the metal bola pictured at the beginning of the video, and at the very end of each bola, attach a large barbed treble hook with 100-pound test fishing line. Okay, so against international law, these pansy-ass feminized faggots have just used chemical weapons against peaceful protesters and are advancing. Their ranks are broken and they are widely spaced. So if you throw the metal bola that we just made with the treble hook at each end, it's going to knock these motherfuckers down, and then you can beat them to death.
Kate, the second officer is Thomas Schmidt. He's 52 years old. He has been with the department since 1990. He's been suspended with pay. He's not been criminally charged. According to police charging documents regarding Bolger, Schmidt held the dog on the ground when Bolger cut its throat. 22-year police veteran Jeffrey Bolger remains free in his own recognizance. Efforts to talk with him about what happened over the weekend and why were unsuccessful. A sign posted on his backyard fence suggests Bolger himself is a dog owner. He faces felony charges associated with animal cruelty after he slit the throat of a 7-year-old Shar-Pei named Nala. Sarah Gossard is the dog's owner.
I don't want him to have his job. I don't want him to be able to go on calls and react like that to a person, to a dog, to anything. That's not okay. It's not okay.
Court documents indicate Bolger and other officers responded to a call Saturday morning regarding a woman getting bitten by a dog. Sandra Flesher says it happened when she tried to read the dog's tags on its collar. She found it odd that officers tried to corral the pet using a broken stick and a piece of string.
And they didn't really seem to know what to do.
Then the department's special operations section showed up with a dog control pole. Charging documents indicate, as Officer Bolger got out of the vehicle, he allegedly stated, quote, "I'm going to expletive gut this thing," end quote.
I did see one officer that had been extremely aggressive, that did have his knee into her chest, that was tightening the noose. It seemed relentlessly and unnecessarily, and you could hear the dog screaming and crying in pain.
We're also first arrow up high, and the second one I'll have to settle with an 8. Got the balloon though. Thanks for watching.
The type of bow Jimmy is using is called recurve bow. The pig that he is aiming at is 120 yards away. The shot is shown in slow motion. If 6 arrows are held with the bow in the left hand, the archer can fire 1 arrow a second with this type of bow.
The Huns used the bow in a 180-degree arc and reached 300 to 400 yards, able to kill horses and even pierce armor.
The white man can never win another war on the ground. His days of war victory, his days of background victory are over. Can I prove it? Yes. Take all the action that's going on this earth right now that he's involved in. Tell me where he's winning. Nowhere. Why, some rice farmers, some rice eaters ran him out of Korea. Yes, they ran him out of Korea. Rice eaters with nothing but gym shoes and a rifle and a bowl of rice. Took him and his tanks and his napalm and all that other action he's supposed to have and ran him across the Yalu. Why? Because the day that he can win on the ground is past. Up in French Indochina, those little peasants, rice growers, took on the might of the French army and ran all the Frenchmen. You remember Dien Bien Phu? No. The same thing happened in Algeria, in Africa. They didn't have anything but a rifle. The French had all these highly mechanized instruments of warfare, but they put some guerrilla action on. And a white man can't fight a guerrilla warfare. Guerrilla action takes heart. takes nerve, and he doesn't have that. He's brave when he's got tanks. He's brave when he's got planes. He's brave when he's got bombs. He's brave when he got a whole lot of company along with him. But you take that little man from Africa and Asia, turn him loose in the woods with a blade. That's all he needs. All he needs is a blade. And when the sun comes down, goes down, and it's dark, it's even Steven. It's the ballot or the bullet.
Shots, we can pop this balloon at 200 and continue our game here. See everything? Coming at you.
Foot to the right.
Okay, we're getting a little gust here. Good height?
Yep.
Spot. Boom. That's 200 yards. Took me 3 shots. I'll admit, it was a full 3. I wanted to say 2, but it was 3. Anyways, we grab those arrows, move around back. We're back here at 300 yards now. You can see my flag down there at 100, my flag at 200. Here's my flag at 300. The jump from 100 to 200 doesn't seem like that much, but when you come back from 200 yards to 300 yards, it's a huge difference. So I really had to tweak my setup to get to where I can even try this shot. I got a big balloon down there. Hopefully we can get on target within a couple shots. I'm pretty sure we can. I've been playing around with it, so we're gonna get after it here.
Ooh. 6 inches right.
Spot! Yeah! Oh, that was 300 yards. Zachariah?
Right on, brother.
This kind of bow is called a compound bow. It can kill a horse, a pig, or a police dog at 500 yards. Look at the archer's right hand. He is not touching the arrow. There are no fingerprints on an arrow. And unlike a gun, which leaves distinctive markings on a bullet which can be traced to an individual gun, bows do not leave any distinguishing marks on an arrow, and it is impossible to trace a specific arrow to a specific bow.
He believes in respecting people. He believes in doing unto others as he would have done unto himself. But at the same time, if anybody attacks him, he believes in retaliating if it costs him his life. And it is good for white people to know this. Because if white people get the impression that Negroes all endorse this old turn the other cheek cowardly philosophy of Dr. Martin Luther King, then whites are going to make the mistake of putting their hands on some black man thinking that he's going to turn the other cheek, and he'll end up losing his hand and losing his life in the trial.
This is a Cobra, 80-pound pistol grip crossbow. It shoots metal bolts. This is a badass 175-pound hunting crossbow. It can shoot broadhead arrows, which cause massive blood loss, or Bodkin-tipped arrows, which can penetrate body armor.
There technically are modern-day Bodkins. You're probably saying, what? I don't know about these. Well, these are some cheap Walmart brand expanding broadheads. And I will tell you, they suck really bad. Okay? Now, what happens when you start shooting these is these little cheap blades on here, they break off. So, what does that leave you with? It leaves you with a modern day bodkin tip. Now I just shot this out of the compound. You saw me fire this out of the compound bow just a second ago. Now let me show you the damage and the penetration that this had on the Kevlar. Look at that. Right through a nice solid hunk right there in the corner. It did not graze it or anything. That is through every single layer right there. Look at that penetration.
In terms of the
looking at a
violence
good
that took place.